Hey YouTubers, Hike with Mike here. I got the 10 question tag from a subscriber, so I'm going to go through some of the questions rather quickly. First one is, who are you? I'm from Florida. I like to hike. I like to swamp hike. I'm really concerned about habitat destruction and preserving more wildlands and obtaining more wildlands, so I'm an advocate for doing that and saving lands from becoming more and more retirement communities and things like that. Other than that, I'm pretty secretive. When did you start hiking? As a young age, I was in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts and all that, and then life got in the way, children and everything like that, and more important stuff going on at the time. And then once the kids got older, I reconnected with an old friend from high school, Campfire Steve, and my brother-in-law, the Swamp Camper, about 5-6 years ago, and started to get back into it again, and I've enjoyed it ever since. So go check out their channels. They got some great channels. Do you backpack? Of course. Enough said on that question. Longest trip that I've ever taken would be, I think it was 3 days. It was in the Mountain Bridge Wilderness, Jones Gap area in the northernmost part of South Carolina. Beautiful area, lots of waterfalls. Great place. It's a place I would definitely go back to for sure. So that's the longest one I did. I'm planning hopefully a 2 or 3 day barefoot hike down here in Florida. Just got to get my feet in shape for the hot sand. I'll be walking on a lot of that in the Withlacoochee State Forest. And pine needles too, but the pine needles are nice to walk on. The thing I like about barefoot hiking is you walk slower, so you're quieter and you see more wildlife. Do I use a map? I do, but I'm really kind of, I go off the trail a lot. Something interests me and stuff, and I have to run right after it. Curious like a cat, like, oh, there might be something cool. So I'm not the best at it. There's two things I rely on a lot when I camp with my buddies. Map and navigation, that's a Campfire Steve thing. I provide the philosophy, he, guides the way. I'm more of a landmark person, really, to be honest with you, than maps. But I do use maps, of course. I've been down that road not having a map before, and it didn't end well. Well, did I mess up the order here? What hike do you repeat? I'm where I am right now. This is my home spot. It's 10 minutes from my house. And what's cool about this, I repeat this trip all the time, and I found a new place today. This like scrubby, deserty area of my swamp that I never noticed. So that's why I say it's okay to do repeat hikes, because the trail's going to change from fall to spring to summer. It's going to change when it's raining. It's going to change when it's cold. It's going to change when it's hot. It's going to change when there's a drought. So repeat hiking I'm all for, because it changes all the time. Nothing stays the same, and you see it in different ways and different nuances. So I'm definitely a repeat trail person. Places that I'd like to hike, top 3 places, probably Zion, Bryce Canyon. That would be number 1 for sure. It just looks beautiful. I've seen lots of videos from subscribers of that area, and it's so different from my geography with the swamps and everything, which I love, and the high humidity and stuff like that. So that would be number 1. Number 2, I'm thinking the Black Hills of the Dakotas. I'd really like to see that. And the third one is that I'd love to do one of these days is I'd love to do the Florida Trail, starting out in the Everglades and walking all the way through Florida until you get to the Panhandle on the Alabama border. That just looks like it'd be really cool and fun to do. So those are the 3: desert, Great Plains, and swamp areas. Okay, what's next? Who do I hike with? I love solo hiking. To me, being alone, solitude, is really something that is important to me. But when I do hike, I hike with Campfire Steve, the Swamp Camper, Florida Trailblazer, FLA Harlock, and anyone else that wants to join me on the trail. My nephew-in-law has gone out. So I'm always open to hiking with people. Then I always have to have that solitude part where I'm like, not this weekend. This weekend is just me and the woods. What makes me want to hike a trail? I just love nature. Always have. I think that's all the questions. I'm not organized like some other people. I just kind of raw footage and wing it and improvise. But there's other people tagged on this, Jack's Drinkwater and that hiking guy, so check out their channels too. And I think I'm going to pass the tag on to Campfire Steve, the Swamp Camper, Sunshine State Bushwhacker, Florida Trailblazer. So if they want to join the tag, you've been tagged, answer those 10 questions. And thanks for watching the video. And thanks to Catherine Gregory for the tag. Check out that channel as well. I'll list links to all these channels. They're all great channels.